was okay, and they would hug me. And I would weep with them for sharing, and said, we got to continue this dialogue to college campuses today, to corporations, churches, you name it. It has, and as we do, it does stop.
It does.
Because there's a value in a person's dignity. And in some cases, some people will just panic, freeze. It's frightening. And I had it 3 times. So I don't put myself in situations where there might be a group. For example, for the Oscars, I was with John Lennon, and Jack Haley Jr. was the producer, Peter Lawford, Marty Pacetta was the director, John Lennon and Harry Nielson were there, and they asked me to go to a concert of the Smothers Brothers. Me in a car of all men. I couldn't. I said no. Jack said, no, you'll be okay. I said, no, I can't do it. So for the rest of my life, I make sure I don't put myself in situations where it could happen again. I just don't. And if for frat parties or organizations where I'll walk into a hotel bar, you know, after work, and I want to order some food, and there's all men there on business trips, I'm out. I'll go to my room and order. I just have that as a mechanism for me. But you have feminism it's about having options and making those options work for you successfully. Now, if you're in a conference and you have to meet with all men to pitch a product or advertising or something, then you've got to be able to, for me, I would have to work on it to save my job, to go in with confidence in a room of men staring at me. And I'm not going to dress provocatively. I'm not going to show, you know, the outline of my silhouette of my body. I'm going to go in professionally to listen to my brain, my head, my ideas. I want to win this. I want to be a team player. And I'm not going to be out there sashaying around, you know, to get something that I don't want. I want to prove that I'm a professional and this is what I need to do. So you'll understand those dynamics of when and where and how to be as a woman, controlling, you know, your soul, your professionalism, your issues, and that's something that you've got to be thinking.
I hope that one day women don't have to think about that, though. I hope that we don't have to say.
It would be nice.
Yeah, I hope that one day we go in that room and we know that the men are not going to attack us because they know better, because they've been taught better, because they've learned better.
And they know that I whoop their butt.
And that's what I'm talking about. You got a gun and a chainsaw.
Yeah. Well, the Shaolin Shuffle just was released by Call of Duty on Tuesday. So I get to whip a few zombies behind.
Oh, nice.
Call of Duty.
Yes.
Shaolin Shuffle in Harlem.
All right, I know what I'm doing tonight. Something that I'm glad you both touched on that, because this is breaking barriers. And I sit here and I look, and I was thinking, you know, looking at you, Pam, looking at you, Erica, thinking about, you know, other really strong role models. And I'm like, I'm not here talking about women breaking barriers. You're people breaking barriers. It's just like we call Serena Williams the greatest athlete. She's not the greatest woman athlete. She's the greatest athlete. Yeah. You know, you are breaking barriers as people, not just as women, but as people. And I really, that's something I really wanted to call out, because it's magical for me, because strong, you know, people in my life have generally been women. And I look at them and I'm like, I recognize that they're women, but I also recognize that they're just great people, and they're just amazing people.
And wanting to be the best that we can be.
And
to take care of our families and our sons and our fathers. And I was, you know, one of the issues when I was speaking at Harvard, that here women, you know, have to take care of their fathers and their brothers with a paycheck that's only 78% of the dollar. How do you do that? And your father didn't support that, but yet he wants you to take care of him. I said, well, Dad, why didn't you fight for my 100%? You know, and that's a real issue. And then when people say, and I just brought up a point that, okay, if we only get 78%, maybe 80 now, then I shouldn't have to pay but 78, 80% for my college tuition. Okay?
And taxes.
Yay, all right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you pay me 100%, then my tuition I'll pay 100%.
This has been great. We're running short on time, but I really do want to give the audience.
Lovely. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. This is wonderful.
I want to give the audience an opportunity to ask questions, and we can take a couple of questions until they bring the hook and take me off stage.
And throw it at you.
Yeah, they're gonna have to, because I'm not going anywhere until we hear from people. So there are microphones on each side. Come on up, bring your question.
Come on up.
And if you don't have any questions,
I know you.
I'll make some up.
I know you have questions. I know, especially the Star Trekker right there. Right to left, left to right.
Let's start here to the right.
Hello there. Thanks for the great panel. My name's Carol, and I just wanted to speak to Pam. I really enjoyed the movie Friday Foster that you did. I was going through all of your roles and looking at the kind of avenue of everything you've done. And that movie really spoke to me. And when you're talking about the redundancy of the industry at the time, breakthrough movie. I wish they made more.
I was lucky to get that with the American International Pictures, who entrusted me to bring feminism and womanhood to a film. They gave me so much for 5 years. I thank them every day for that opportunity. And they asked me, Coffee was my mom, Foxy Brown was my aunt, who wanted to be an architect and couldn't get into, and she was an honor student, couldn't get into any school. And she was very frustrated. So with that said, I was able to use moments in time with my family, actual real stories that resonated with people, with everyone. And so I thank them every day for that opportunity to do that. So we always have a champion behind us somewhere that encourages us, go, go. You know, that blade of grass that has someone that says, grow, grow. You know, and I had that, and we all will have that. And I hope that I inspire others to inspire more filmmaking for women, but for all cultures and generations. Thank you so much. And anything to keep from doing the dishes, truthfully, I'll tell the truth. I was like, no, I gotta go to work. I can't do the dishes. So.
My question's for Erica. Erica, I'm a fellow IT manager, and I know my generation, it was kind of slow for girls in tech. We saw an upburst, but we're starting to see it trail off again. Do you witness that, and what do you think we can do to encourage? I don't like to push girls to say, you have to be a tech person because we need females in the line, but we still want to encourage that. And right now, I'm not even seeing men in it. I'm seeing tech fall out. We can't find people.
I think right now, for women specifically, what we're experiencing is like women don't join the field because they don't see people in leadership positions that they can aspire to be, right? Like you have to have someone to look up to. And right now we see the tech industry is very much male dominated at upper levels. And so like why would a woman want to join an industry where she can't succeed and thrive, right? And so you see like women saying, okay, I am very technical and analytical and logical and I can, you know, do all these things, but I'm not going to join the tech industry. I'm going to go and take my skills and do something else. I'm going to go be a PhD. I'm going to go be a researcher. And so I think that we need, as an industry, to work on making sure that women who are coming into the industry have role models. We need to do more promoting of women. We need to do way more promoting of people of color. We need to promote everybody who isn't already represented because representation is how we get more people in the door.
We have one more question, and then I'm being told to wrap it up. If you want to just start shouting questions after this one, you can try, and then maybe they'll let me stay, but please, go ahead.
I have a question for Pam. I was thinking about pursuing a career in acting when I was older, and some people said that it might be hard. Do you think that I should still do it?
Well, nothing is hard if you're passionate about it. And if you're passionate, it will guide you to be in the arts and see what's all encompassing with being an actor. Writing, you have to write your monologues, you'll learn how to direct, you'll learn photography, you'll learn how to make your costumes. In theater, you do your own makeup, and often you make your own costumes. And if that's something that doesn't appeal to you, you won't do that. But there's other avenues. So you should pursue it, but you can have an alternate universe of doing something that you like as well to fall back on. Because often, you could be the greatest actor and be the wrong shade of color, the wrong weight. You need to speak languages. You will have that preparation if you get to an academy that will help you make that decision, because that will be a permanence. And knowing what acting is, you have to understand psychology, because there's roles that I cannot play if it's a woman being assaulted. I'll have to pass. I won't be able to do that scene. So your guidance, your mentor, if you will help you to understand yourself and what your capabilities are in being an actor. And that'll be your own admission of, well, I can't do that. I'll do something else in the field. You might be a computer, CGI, illustrator, that is open. Disney and Pixar are hiring, looking for people to be, artistic designers with the computers. And so that's something that you might want to explore as well. You have so many options. So many wonderful options. So explore them all. It says, wrap it up.
It's wrap it up now. I'd love to take everybody's questions. I know they're going to turn off the mic, and I'm not even close to being at the Oscars yet. First of all, a round of applause for these two amazing people.